Step 1, you take 4 of these screws with the plastic shouldered dealie. You take your number 1 post for your headboard, 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and you screw them in. Part of step 2 involves these dowels. There's 2 sizes of dowels that come with the kit, a thinner one and a thicker one. You need the thinner one. You'll see that there are 6 holes. We're going to put the small dowel in the 4 holes by these 3 guys. Moving from step 2 to step 3, this is the bottom of your headboard. This is the inside. You'll have to see this threaded insert. We take and slide the whole works together here. It shouldn't go very hard. And we've got these 3 guys here that are basically a little quarter turn fastener. That draws the whole works together. Here we are at step 4. Grab the slotted part of your headboard. There'll be 1 hole on the bottom where your groove is. Narrow gauge dowel in there. 2 holes on the top. Put your dowel in the top hole. Step 5. Get the tongue and groove somewhat together. And then slide that guy nicely into place. Step number 6, we grab another one of these fellas. It goes in the hole there, like so, and you draw that whole works together with your screwdriver like that. Step 7, shoulders guys in the number 2 headboard post, just like we did on the other side. Step number 8, we take 6 of the narrow gauge dowels, put them in the holes, just like we did on the other side. As you can see, we flipped this guy around. Some of them are a little snug. They'll need a little tap tap, but don't go wild because this wood can be split. Step number 8 also involves us lining all this up, sliding it together. Step number 9, you put this guy, you've got a hole right here underneath, that guy up in there, and snug that guy. Yep. Step number 10, we've got 3 of these fellas left. They go in here, like so, and that snugs that up very nicely. Step number 11, we take the narrow gauge dowels once again, and you fill basically every hole on the top of your headboard here that does not pass all the way through the board. Step number 12, you have got 4 of these longer, coarse-looking thread screws that take the IKEA wrench. They just pass through the length of the top board on your headboard, and you just tighten them up. Step 13, if you noticed, you've got 4 little chunks of threaded rod, and if you remember that threaded insert I referenced earlier, you take your threaded rod, screw it into that threaded insert that's right here towards the bottom of your headboard post. The headboard is complete. Now we're on to step 14, which involves the footboard. And as you can see, again, threaded rod, both sides into this threaded insert. On the footboard, it's the 3rd hole up from the bottom, 2nd hole down from the... Step 15, take 3 of those larger gauge or thicker dowels, put them in the end of your sideboard. Make sure this hole is offset. It needs to go towards the top. There's our threaded insert, our threaded rod. Work that guy together. Step 16, you need the IKEA wrench, the little nut, and this interesting little plastic insert. It goes in there like that. So I started by threading my nut on, put the plastic insert in, and then tighten that guy down. And then we do the same here on the other side. Tighten it up and you're good. So here we are at step 19. This is putting the headboard and the sideboards together. They recommend you have a bit of help, but if you bought the slats, you can set one side on the slats. That gets you about where you need to be, and then this side you can just work it together. So to work this together, we get our threaded rod in place over on this side. We go back over here. On this side, we move our slats. Work that together. Boom, boom, pow. Go back to the other side here. And we're together. So again, on both sides, we've got our plastic inserts into place on that threaded rod. And we're using our IKEA wrench. And that just snugs the whole works together. Step 21, you add your little metal side shelves that hold up your slats or box spring. You're going to need 16 of these longer guys. There's long ones and short ones. But IKEA is nice enough to put the short ones in this little additional bag. It's one of the reasons it's good when you get a little bag. Don't open it until you need it. For hanging these guys up, I like to just go to work and start one by hand and then work your way out. This is also the point where you have to figure out at what position you want these guys to be. There's 3 options. You can't see the lower one, 2 and 3. The bottom one is at 10, the middle one is at 12, and the upper one is round about 15. So depending on how thick your mattress is and how high you want your bed to be, that'll dictate where you put these brackets. I am planning on using a 10-inch mattress, so the middle is 12-ish when you get it fastened. So 12 and 10 brings you up to 22 at this point, which I feel is right about the right height for me. Step 22, we put this little bracket in place. You can see we got it up there. Being as we're using the middle holes on the side, I'm going to use the middle holes on the end. This is the headboard end. Pow. We'll spin around. I've got supervision. And you can see these are the middle holes. Now we're looking at the footboard. We'll put that up there and move on to our next step. Here we are at step 23. It involves these tiny little screws and these expandable corner braces. They go from this guy up here. See the little screw holds it in place there, and then whoop, we got it over here. There's 3 holes on these sides, on the kind of shelf part. Use the middle one, leave empty, 1 and 2, And look at that. There are our step 23 braces. Now that we have all the corner braces in, we want to move on to step 23, where we kind of square up the bed. I take a tape measure, hook it on the corner of the footboard, string it out in what I believe to be a roughly level fashion, and right at the corner here, you see it's about 104 inches. When it's 104 inches, both sides, this is the queen bed, it's fairly well squared up. Then you take some small screws, screw them in here on your cross brace, and pow, squared up. Now that we have it all squared up and in place, we take this guy. You see there's a spot to hook it there. This, I believe, is step 24. Be careful when you're taking this thing in and out. Plenty of sharp edges. Hook that guy in there like so. Drag it out. Hook it on your other end. And there you go. So one of the last steps before we put the slats in is we need to add these little bumper guys that kind of help keep the slats where they need to be. As you can see, we've got one there, and we've got one over here. You just go to work and up through the thing. So this end and the foot end are just the same. Mirror with each other, and there we go. Our last step of this whole process then is to put in the slide. Set it in. You hook it on those nubbins and work your way down. All done. Now you're ready for your mattress. Thank you for watching. Like, follow, all the good things.